Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In the video for today, we're going to jump into a brief wallet and market update like we usually do. And then towards the end of the video, we're actually going to jump on Photon and just look at some new launches and show you guys what you should be looking out for and what you should absolutely be avoiding. If you're new here, welcome. My name is OnChain EDU and I'm here to teach you guys how to use a blockchain. If you haven't seen some of my other videos in the past, please check them out because I go over a lot more basics in some of those videos. And now we're going to start talking about more advanced concepts. For those of you who are new here, I started this wallet about 23 days ago with one Solana, and this is what we're currently sitting at. Our main position right now is in Crab, and it has consistently been in Crab. If you've been paying attention in the Telegram, you know that I've been all over this token and buying every single dip. And then we also have a smaller position in this Venti token, and I'll probably jump into that a little bit later in the video. In addition to what we have in our actual Phantom wallet, I also have a Photon account set up where I've just deposited, I think, about half a sol, and I have it pretty much all in Logos AI right now. This is a project I've talked about briefly in the past, but something that I also am pretty bullish on. Now jumping into the market update, AI is still the hottest and biggest talking point right now in the market. It is Wednesday, December 11th at 2:44 p.m. right now, Eastern time when I'm recording this, and absolutely nothing has changed from the video yesterday. Almost all of these new AI launches are going from 0 to a few million right off the bat. So we have been on top of all of these in the Telegram. So if you guys aren't there in the Telegram already, you can come into my YouTube channel bio and find all of my official links here. So I'll see you guys in the Telegram. But basically the TLDR for the market update is to buy AI and hold it. There have been multiple launches in the past 48 hours that have gone from 0 to over 20 million. And one of them we actually even reviewed in a video yesterday, which was this ARC coin right here. I've been hearing, really good things about the team. In other news, Graphane is at above 200 million now. It's actually at 220 million right now. And yeah, so AI is really the biggest talking point right now, and in my opinion is where you should be focused. So if I were you guys, I would be buying AI, and to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't even be buying anything else on the market right now. It is so hot buying these new AI coins that it basically is not worth your time to even look at other tokens. And I just want to highlight a few of kind of the bigger meta leaders in my opinion. I talked about this in a video yesterday. ALK. The tech is incredible. Graphane, the tech is absolutely incredible. And then another one that I'm hearing of a lot lately is this Dolos the Bully here, and it's currently at 120 and it recently just soared over the past 24 hours. So honestly, be smart. Do not use this as a sign to invest. Nothing I say in any of my videos is financial advice, but I am hearing incredible things about the technology behind this project, and this is probably something that I end up buying at some point. And guys, please remember to be patient because I saw a lot of people in my Telegram questioning, what was going on with Crab and if it was still smart to invest. And we woke up this morning with a nice solid 2x, and I honestly think that this is going a lot higher. Okay, but with that out of the way, we are just going to jump straight into things on Photon. And before we do, I just want you guys to look at some of these red numbers over here and just realize that this is just what I've been doing in the past 2 or 3 days. And this is how hard it is to actually succeed on these new launches. It's one thing to, invest in really good technology, and it's one thing to do your research and bid on some of these older tokens. It's a whole nother thing to actually get on Photon and try to, find new launches that will end up being successful. And just so that you guys get a better understanding of really what I mean by this is almost all of these that are in red have been when I'm buying below a 200K market cap. And if you look at basically any of my wins, the market cap normally was a slight bit higher. And also they mainly have been AI plays, and they also mainly have been plays where the teams are legit behind them. So like Crab and Logos, these are really older plays that I just was buying in Photon, but basically everything else on this list was a new launch, and these were the results on all of them. I wasn't playing with a lot of money, always invest what you can afford to lose, especially on these new launches. But as you can see, the results weren't that great. And in a lot of cases, you'll be on these platforms and something might look really enticing and really good. Like this morning, I woke up and I saw this token had just recently launched. I went to their Twitter, checked it out, and I thought to myself, wait a second, this looks extremely legit. This could be a really good play. I ended up buying, I think 0.25 Solana's worth around 400K. It's currently at 7,000. How do you guys think that it got there? This token is a prime example of a rug, okay? And as you can see, I lost 100% almost of my initial investment gambling on this token. And so I'm just gonna walk you through kind of what I initially saw and why I initially made the decision to buy and kind of how you guys can avoid making these mistakes. So I saw this token, right? And AI is the craze right now. So I am looking for AI projects. And what you guys are seeing now wasn't what I saw this morning, okay? This wasn't a locked account. This was a public account with a lot of good interactions, and I legitimately was tricked. I thought that this was a legit team, and I thought that this was gonna be a legit project. But in reality, the whole time, this team was basically setting us up to think that they were legit just so that they could pull the rug on us. And we can really tell that, again, by looking at the top traders. This token was heavily sniped right when it launched. I don't know obviously exactly who was sniping these tokens, but if you look here on the first 10 wallets, you can see that most of them got in for around $1,000 and they all basically profited around, easily 5 figures, some of them up to 18K. But that is, the telltale sign. And so the really interesting thing about this one that I still haven't really gotten to the bottom of is whether or not this team was actually malicious from the start, or if someone just launched this Pump Fund token and just added this legitimate account's Twitter to the Pump Fund token account. So that is what you guys really need to be paying attention to. There might be, a token that launches that has a Twitter linked, and that Twitter might be from a different legit project that hasn't launched a token. So I really can't stress enough how important it is that you guys are seriously digging into these tokens and not just buying them because they look good right off the bat. So let's just go into a few of these that have recently graduated and just check out what some of these tokens look like. And we'll also be looking at some of these tokens that are about to graduate and trying our best to kind of vet these tokens and just show you guys how many of them actually rug, because I really want you guys to try and stay off of these platforms, especially if you are new. You guys don't have an eye for this yet, and you will get absolutely wrecked on these platforms. So the goal with these videos right now is to give you guys some real experience without having you actually jump on the platforms and get rugged for yourself, because right away, this is a token that already just graduated and already went to zero. Okay, and these two just recently launched, so let's just see what the price action looks like, and let's see what ends up playing out with these. The first thing that I'm doing when I'm looking at any token on, that comes from Pump Fund and is recently graduated is who's holding the token. This is by far where you can get the most basic information right out of the gate. The first thing that I see in this token specifically is the distribution of the token isn't that great, because the top 3 holders that aren't Radium, which actually holds the liquidity pool of this token, have a large amount of the supply, and if they start selling these tokens, all of this will go down extremely quickly. The second thing I do on any of these tokens, always, no matter if they just launched or if they're months old, is I always check out their social media accounts. You can usually get a pretty good sense of how committed the team is based on how frequently they're posting. So this team hasn't posted in hours. I probably would never buy a token like this, to be honest with you. And there are a few reasons for that. The first being that since it's a brand new launch and this graduated less than 5 minutes ago, the fact that they haven't posted in 11 hours is usually a pretty bad sign. And then if we really already look at, what the token is doing, it just doesn't seem like it ever is going to have a ton of relevancy. And I don't think a lot of people can get behind this. Religious tokens never really played out very well, and I don't think they're going to start playing out well right now with how hot the AI meta is. Also, there isn't a ton of volume on this token, and really nothing has changed since I started recording. I don't think there have been any real transactions either. So all in all, this just is something that I would never consider buying. And I'm pretty sure the team probably graduated this token and not organic buyers. And then let's go look at that other one that had recently launched. This one actually seems like it's doing pretty well. All right, so let's vet this token and see if it is worth all this hype. Already right off the rip, there are 1,000 holders, The distribution doesn't look horrible at first glance. Let's check out the Twitter really quick and just get a better sense of what's going on. Okay, so I just looked through the Twitter and, they're very vague, and this is a popular thing to do for tokens and honestly NFT projects. They like to be vague. They like to have people really dig into them to figure out what's going on. So in this circumstance, there was actually a Medium article that they posted 3 hours ago. I would probably read this if I were you guys. Okay, so I just combed through this article, and again, it's very vague. They don't really give a ton of information away on the project. And honestly, the speculation might be why the price is doing pretty well right now. So that means that we haven't done enough research. I don't know what the fuck this token is, so I need to do some more digging. Let's check out their website and see if there's anything we can gather from it here. Okay, so now that I've been on their website for actually a few seconds, I started to understand what's going on here. And essentially, as the market cap of this token increases, so does the size of this cube. And on their Twitter, they have kind of little Easter eggs that basically say, once the inner cube meets the outer border, phase 2 will begin. So from what I've seen so far, this looks like it's going to be a DSi play. And if you guys didn't know, I've looked at a few of these other projects, and one of my favorites was Worm, and I've been on this for a really long time. But essentially, there is a whole meta that is forming of AI companies that are basically building technology that kind of merges with science. And Deep Worm was basically the meta leader, in my opinion, of this, where basically a developer mapped out the neurological structure of a worm and basically put it on the blockchain, and the worm quite literally is living on the blockchain as we speak. And guys, if you've been in my Telegram for a while, we saw another DSi play that we actually really like called Wood Wide Web, and this is a similar concept. So if you're thinking about purchasing into something like Cube, it's good to relate it to other meta leaders or other things that have taken off that are related to it, so that you can really think about, okay, if XYZ project has gone to XYZ market cap, what could potentially this go to? And we can make those comparisons because they are kind of falling under the same category of projects. So that is how I really think about what some of these established projects do in correlation to the newer launches and how you can kind of evaluate them in your head. Really quickly, by the way. So if I'm really still on the fence about getting in on Cube and I don't really know what to relate it to, I might go look at the market caps of some of these other DSi projects to give myself a better comparison as to what could potentially come out of them. So Wood Wide Web is at 2.9 million. Let's quickly check on the meta leader. It's at 25 million. I just checked this. But, you can basically assume that, okay, if Worm, kind of the leader of this meta, is at 25 million, do I really think that Cube can get up to the 2, 5, maybe 10 million range if the meta leader is only at 25 million? Honestly, I don't know. That's a question that you guys have to answer for yourself. But as you can see, since we started analyzing this token, it really took off, and its all-time high has been around 1.1 mil. And I'm pretty sure we started looking at this right around launch at around 200K. So you would have made a 5x if you were quicker with your research and actually made the decision. So that is personally what I am thinking about when I'm looking at some of these newer launches. And just to give you guys, a good understanding of how many of these actually come out, let's just look at all of the tokens that have graduated since we looked at Cubism. So here is where, we were looking, and since then there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tokens. There have been 11 tokens that have graduated since we have started analyzing that token. And as you can see, 4.4K market cap, 6.2K market cap, 4.6K market cap, 24K market cap, 4.1K market cap, almost all of them were rugs. So guys, this was a brief rundown on what I am thinking about on these new token launches. And again, if you're new, just don't even go on these platforms. You guys seriously are not ready for them yet. You will lose all of your money. And seriously, just be smart and start looking for those older 2Xs. Look for established tokens. Look at what people in my Telegram are actually looking at. Those are going to be better decisions for you guys to make than trying to hop on something like this and really vetting these projects for yourself. But I think that will wrap up the video for today, but do not worry because we will talk a lot more about these concepts in future videos. Thank you all so much for over 500 subscribers and the support on the first few videos. I'm going to continue uploading every single day for the foreseeable future, so I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Thanks.